One of the things that I find fascinating is how we elect a president or people that lead us. We're also, I'll be honest with you, I personally am very ignorant. I've always loved shenanigans that actually go on behind the scenes in our world, our planet, and governments, and the history of mankind, the violence, the greed, the craziness. I grew up as a little boy thinking, oh God, life is good, I'm going to help people, and people love each other. They wouldn't want to kill each other. And then as I grew up, I read history and realized mankind's number one accomplishment is killing each other. Yeah, you could check the statistics, forget disease and all the other problems. Mankind killing each other is the number one cause of death on the planet. I'll tell you it's diseases, but it's honestly, if you look at the numbers every year, people kill each other, whether it's domestic violence, car accident, an alcohol, drunk driver, someone on drugs, any of those various choices, let alone murder, jealousy, those are domestic. What about the international of war? War is the biggest business in the history of mankind. Check the numbers. Yeah, look it up. Check it over. Go online. Look up war. It never ends. It just goes on and on and on. So I was always naive thinking, oh, it just kind of happened. No, it is a business. That's right. It is a business. And billions and trillions are made by a few people, keeping two people, two countries, two nations, two things fighting each other, killing each other. It's that simple. I didn't understand it. I didn't believe it. I always felt, oh, it was just, unfortunate, that this happened. Unfortunate is so far from the truth. It is deliberate. War is deliberate. It has never been an accident or gee, we could have stopped it or it never should have happened. It was planned, no different than a football season or a basketball season or any sporting event. War is a event that takes place on a schedule, week in, month in, year out, daily, moment to moment, second, every second I speak, someone or something has killed each other. And we are always thinking it's just, unfortunate. Oh, how did this happen? No, it's not it at all. And it's pretty frightening and scary when you really think about it, that mankind actually makes money and does it, and it is supported, and information is given to upset people so they want to kill each other. And the most interesting part of the whole thing that I discovered was that the people that give the money and loan the money to these countries to kill each other have contracts that guarantee the individuals loaning that whoever they kill or destroy, if they live to brag about it, they have to pay the debt of who they killed who had borrowed money from them. So no matter who wins, no matter who loses, whatever happens, the winner always has to pay for the loser. So the real winner is the banker who paid for the war, like a video game, and it keeps going on, and the bankers keep making money and more money and more money on war. And you can raise money to make a war film in a heartbeat. Why? Because it's a commercial for getting millions of people all riled up about going to war. It's to keep populations and young people thinking about, you have to fight, you have to kill. There's no way, and everyone is a right and a wrong in every movie. There's always a reason. Always a reason to go to war. And that's what those war films do. And whatever side you're on in the film, whoever lost or won, it doesn't matter, because the ones who lost now are angry and they want to come back and win. The ones who won are proud and say, we got to do that again if we have to. So, and they will have to, because now you've got the people who watched the movie who hated the fact that they lost. They want to win next time, and they're going to come get you because of that movie. Fascinating. More war films have been made after war. Did you ever go to a war movie and go, why are they spending all this money on blowing things up again, except now it's just a movie? Well, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, why do they keep advertising? Well, they've got to keep it on your mind. They got to make it, this is very important, their product. And so war is a product of the bankers that pay for all of it. I had no clue, had no idea this is all real, but I discovered recently in looking at films that are up online and the internet that educate and clearly go through history about money and how money is used and what it was and how it started and what's gone on with the international bankers and how everything works at the Rothschilds and the Federal Reserve and all that stuff you hear about. So I highly recommend each and every one of you do your homework on the internet. There's so much stuff up there before they shut it down, before they control it, before they remove it. We have an opportunity right now that every one of us can educate ourselves by going online. It's that simple. So, thank you very much for listening. I hope this helped you, and I've got to get back to work. And I want you to think about what's really going on the planet and see what we can all do. We, all of us, each individually. So the next generation after that, hopefully there will be grateful to us as we're grateful for all those people who came before us and gave us so many things, including the camera that's happening now, the lighting, the energy in the room of hearing cars in the back driving and people going places and life and my sense of most people could never even communicate this and put it online and instantly millions or billions could hear about it. It would take weeks, months, years before the horseman with the message would get to your place. Out in the woods or on a farm or wherever you are. You could send a little letter, by horseback to who knows how long if you'd ever get it there. So we're spoiled. We need to be grateful for that. There are buildings already built when you're born. There's hospitals. Everything is there. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago, nothing was here. Nothing was available. So I hope you want to contribute like they contributed for the joy that we now have. And we really do have much joy and gratefulness that's important to share for those achievements, scientific, biological, medicinal, whatever area artistically was achieved. What is it you and I and the rest of us throughout the world are going to leave as a legacy for a debt we have to all those brilliant minds that gave us what we have when we were born? And it's an important focus, an important direction, an important purpose, goals to give you something to live for. And stop complaining. And I've always said this to people, go to a veterans hospital if you think you have a problem. Go visit a veteran, a younger boy or even an older man, whatever, who's been there a longer time than the younger man, who eventually will be there as long as the older man. Hopefully they'll have miracles that'll change their lives and give them a life, and they won't be in these hospitals and these treatment rehabilitation facilities, but that you can realize how fortunate you are. And I highly recommend that you give and help the paralyzed veterans, the disabled veterans, those two organizations. I know I have, and I continue to. And regardless whether we agree with the war or not, the consequences of young people being duped, being fooled into these wars, paid. However, they still don't deserve to come home and be abandoned. Some wars have helped and changed things and made things better. So regardless of the total history of war, there are those that suffer, and that is a great reality for you to look at. And I highly recommend during the holiday season that you do take a trip and write a card and go visit and donate and be a member of the Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Disabled Veterans of America organizations. They're online. And so in closing this inspired moment at my desk, I wanted to encourage you to take advantage of what you've been given, all of us. And every day, take a look back in history or look around and see people who are struggling, and just be so happy and grateful. You have so much more than anyone else has ever had on this planet. And let's do something to make it even better for those who have yet to grow up, yet to be born. And let's not forget all our mothers who brought us into this world. 9 months they carried us around, 24/7. Okay? Let's be grateful for them. Without our moms, we wouldn't be here. They deserve so much appreciation. So, my mom's gone, and she always knew I loved her, and I made sure of that to the very end, right to the last moment. And I was always aware of that my whole life, and I'm grateful for that perception. So I hope you think about that towards your pop as well, your mother and fathers, and be grateful. Okay? So that's it. It's a day of gratitude. I'm going to go over some stuff, insight, and share it, inspire. Okay? Talk to you soon.